Ordering food at a restaurant B1, B2 level.
Hi,
I'm Anna, and today I'd like to share a story about one of my favorite things to do, eating out at a restaurant. It's not just about enjoying good food, it's also a great opportunity to practice English in a real-world setting. Whether you're traveling, living abroad, or simply learning English, knowing how to order food confidently can make your experience much more enjoyable. Planning the evening. It was a Friday evening, and I had just finished a long week at work. I didn't feel like cooking, and I wanted to treat myself to something nice. I remembered a cozy little restaurant called the Garden Table located just a few blocks from my apartment. I had been there once before with friends, and I loved the atmosphere. Before heading out, I checked their menu online. I wanted to get an idea of what they offered and how much it would cost. Their menu had a mix of international dishes, Italian pasta, Thai curry, American-style burgers, and vegetarian options. I was leaning towards something light but flavorful. Arriving at the restaurant. When I arrived, the host greeted me with a warm smile. "Good evening. Do you have a reservation?" he asked. I replied, "No, but I was hoping to get a table for one." He nodded and said, "Of course. Follow me, please." He led me to a small table near the window. The lighting was soft, and there was gentle music playing in the background. The restaurant wasn't too crowded, which made it perfect for a quiet dinner. Reviewing the menu. The waiter handed me a menu and said, "Take your time. I'll be back shortly to take your order." I thanked him and began reading through the options. The menu was divided into sections. Starters: roasted tomato soup, bruschetta, grilled halloumi. Main courses: seafood risotto, chicken tikka masala, veggie burger, beef lasagna. Sides: sweet potato fries, steamed vegetables, garlic bread. Drinks: sparkling water, fresh lemonade, red wine, iced tea. Desserts: panna cotta, chocolate lava cake, mango sorbet. Everything looked tempting, but I decided to go with the bruschetta as a starter and the seafood risotto as my main course. For a drink, I chose fresh lemonade. Placing the order. When the waiter returned, I smiled and said, "I'd like to start with the bruschetta, and for the main course, I'll have the seafood risotto. Could I also get a glass of fresh lemonade, please?" He repeated my order to confirm. Bruschetta, seafood risotto, and lemonade. "Would you like anything else?" I shook my head and said, "That's all for now, thank you." He took the menu and walked away, leaving me to enjoy the ambience. Waiting and observing. While waiting for my food, I looked around the restaurant. There were couples enjoying romantic dinners, a group of friends laughing over drinks, and a family with 2 children sharing a large pizza. The atmosphere was lively, but not noisy. I noticed how the staff interacted with customers, always polite, attentive, and professional. It reminded me how important good service is in making a dining experience enjoyable. The food arrives. After about 10 minutes, the waiter returned with my bruschetta. It was beautifully presented, crispy bread topped with diced tomatoes, basil, and a drizzle of olive oil. I took a bite and smiled. The flavors were fresh and balanced. Shortly after, my seafood risotto arrived. The aroma was incredible: garlic, herbs, and a hint of lemon. The dish was creamy and rich, with perfectly cooked shrimp and mussels. I took my time eating, savoring each bite. Interacting in English. During the meal, I practiced some English phrases in my mind. I thought about how I could describe the food. The bruschetta is fresh and flavorful. The risotto is creamy and well-seasoned. The lemonade is refreshing and not too sweet. I also thought about useful phrases for future restaurant visits. Could I see the dessert menu? Do you have any vegetarian options? Can I get the check, please? Dessert and final touches. Although I was quite full, I couldn't resist trying a dessert. I asked the waiter, "What do you recommend for dessert?" He smiled and said, "The chocolate lava cake is very popular." I nodded and said, "Sounds great. I'll have one, please." When it arrived, the cake was warm and soft, with melted chocolate flowing from the center. It was rich, but not overwhelming. A scoop of vanilla ice cream on the side made it even better. Paying the bill. After finishing, I asked, "Could I get the check, please?" The waiter brought it promptly. The total was $26.40, which I thought was reasonable for a starter, main course, drink, and dessert. I paid with my card and said, "Thank you. Everything was wonderful." He replied, "We're glad you enjoyed it. Have a lovely evening." Reflecting on the experience. Walking home, I felt satisfied, not just because of the food, but because I had used English confidently in a real situation. Ordering food at a restaurant may seem simple, but it involves many useful skills: reading menus, making choices, speaking clearly, and interacting politely. Useful vocabulary and phrases. Reservation. Booking a table in advance. Host waiter. Staff who greet and serve customers. Starter appetizer. Small dish before the main course. Main course. The main dish of the meal. Dessert. Sweet dish after the meal. Check bill. The paper showing the total cost. Recommend. Suggest something good. Reasonable price. Not too expensive. Refreshing. Cool and pleasant to drink. Well seasoned, flavored with herbs and spices. Final thoughts from Anna. Ordering food at a restaurant is a great way to practice English in a natural and enjoyable setting. You learn how to express preferences, ask questions, and respond politely. It also helps you build confidence in speaking and listening. So next time you go out to eat, try using English. Don't worry about being perfect. Just be polite, clear, and enjoy the experience. The more you practice, the better you'll get.